As we know, in this week's Parsha, we have the whole story of Dinah, that she is out in the fields. Schem sees her and takes her, literally. Uh, Shimon and Levi hear about this, and they come up with a plan. They make a deal with Schem and Hamor, his father, that if you can have our sister, but you have to be circumcised, because that's what we do as a family. You want to be part of our family, you have to do this. And so they agree, and the whole town, whole city has to be circumcised. What happens, of course, we all know, is Shimon and Levi wait for the third day when they're the weakest. They go in, they kill everybody. So, and Yaakov is very upset because of what they had done. And the question comes up, he tells them, why did you do this? And they replied, you mean the honor of our sister, we won't stand up for that? And Yaakov remains, what? Yeah, should our sister be treated like a zona, like a whore? Listen, that's what the Torah says. David, I can't help that. The Torah is not Disney. Remember that. But, and Yaakov, he doesn't know how to respond to them because he knows they're basically right. That in certain matters, you protect your family. So the question, and that he realizes that his two sons, Shimon and Levi, are really hotheads. The problem that Yaakov sees is not that what they did was wrong, but that it gave him a bad name in the country. People think that he's crazy, that his family is crazy. Shimon and Levi figure, you know what, that's a good thing. If they think we're crazy, they'll behave themselves around us. Something that people don't realize it's an important facet. Let somebody else think that you will do the worst, and they will do what you want. But also, they were honoring their sister. Now, one of the problems of the family, as we'll see from next week, is there's a lot of trouble among siblings throughout the first book of the Torah. Cain and Abel, Yitzhak and Ishmael, Yaakov and Esav. Here he sees, one of the good things that he sees out of this is her brothers are standing up for her honor. And this is something that is a very important point in the Torah, that we have to stand up for the honor of our family and an honor of our people. Something that, and the idea of collective punishment, well, the town of Schem thought that what Schem did was okay. They saw nothing wrong with it. And that's why they had to be punished as well. That, in other words, just because they sat there and did nothing doesn't mean that they can get away with it. There's a very famous scene in Band of Brothers after Easy Company discovers one of the camps. They go in, they're taking food from this bakery, and this German baker saying, "What are you doing?" And this one soldier pulls out his gun, points to him and said, "Shut up." And when they say, "Well, he says he didn't know," and it gives a reply that BS, basically. He did know. The point is that even when you know something's going on that's wrong and you stand by and do nothing, then there's punishment. And just as a side note, I saw an interview with Daniel Penny where he said if he hadn't taken action, he could not have lived with himself. Tells you something about him and the morals that he was raised with. Something to think about. Kaddish Rabbanim.